Ba-jam.
Yo! Hi everybody, Heather here.
See how and also Tom is here. I'm checking sound over here.
Okay.
I just want to see if it's You've been streaming on all these different platforms.
We had a whole show thing.
Hi everybody.
Okay, it's good.
Okay, let's try that again. Ready, set. Hey everyone, Heather here.
And I'm Tom.
Welcome to SHARESPARKTV,
The show that breaks down the impact of digital media on news, pop culture, and the world around you.
SHARESPARKTV is a live show where you guys can tune in with your questions about all things digital media and digital literacy. And we are streaming to you here live on Facebook.
This is not Facebook.
On YouTube.
Ba-jam.
We just got off Facebook. And now we're doing this on YouTube. And it's almost 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you for joining us here today.
The temperature outside is 110 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes, it's very hot. Anyway, so we're here. And we are back with a brand new SHARESPARKTV format. And basically, you know, a lot has changed since the last time we launched a show. If you've been following me for a while, since pretty much last fall, that is kind of around the time that Tom and I met and connected. And we came up with this awesome idea called SHARESPARKTV, but then we also fell in love. So we had to take a hiatus. And see, this is cool because I can be more open with you guys because it's my channel.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you guys have been following me for a long time. Actually, we never SHARESPARKTV'd on YouTube.
We did once. We did like in January or February.
Oh, cool. Well, we're doing it now here on this channel. So anyway, SHARESPARKTV, like Tom said, is where we talk about digital media. And we hope for this to be a resource for you to be able to ask us, you know, all of your questions digital media related. But then we also want to just kind of inform you as to what's going on, what we think people should know, and also talk about what we think are relevant issues in the digital media world. Speaking of, today we're going to be talking about YouTube because the last time that we did SHARESPARKTV, this one couldn't say that he was a creator who'd been creating for a year, and now he can't.
Jam.
So if you haven't checked out the Enthusiasm Project on YouTube, go ahead and roll over to the description down below and check out his channel because he's on fire. But today, creator to creator.
Oh, I like it. I like this. I like it.
Okay. If you want to check out the SHARESPARKTV that we just did on Facebook, completely different topic. We talked about digital literacy pretty much. We talked about this book that I found in the library. Digital literacy. You can find it at facebook.com/HeatherJustCreate. But here on this episode on YouTube, we're going to be talking about the state of YouTube. And I have a feeling it's going to get a little
spicy.
Because both of us are now creators. And, you know, I remember when we first did SHARESPARKTV, Tom was, you know, very bright-eyed and bushy-tailed when it came to content creating. I think now he's gone through the ups and downs of the creative process and specifically the YouTube creator journey.
Yeah.
And I think before you always looked to me because I just had this experience.
You were my Obi-Wan.
Yeah, but now we're on the same playing field. And you know, I feel like we can he knows a lot of he's just personally experienced the things I, you know, talked about before. So now I think the landscape's changed for both of us, and I think also for everyone on the platform, YouTube has been changing. I mean, a lot changes in a month, 6 months, and a year. So that's what we want to talk about today.
I'm excited.
Tom, how do you feel?
Well, I'm excited.
So if you guys have questions about YouTube, go ahead and leave them in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already, and let's jump into it. Tom.
Yes.
State of YouTube, in your opinion. Where shall we start?
The state of YouTube that's a question that has so many answers to it because first and foremost.
All right.
This was my point.
We're getting into it here.
Hey, I don't know what we streamed. We streamed on Twitch or something yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember.
Also, check me out on Twitch.
But at some point in that, I stumbled around to acknowledging that there's a lot of people both consumers and creators on the YouTube platform that take issue with YouTube and have a lot of complaints. And if you search up like YouTube issues or whatever, there's no shortage of videos and people having issues, and many of them super legitimate, like people's channels with 500,000 subscribers just being deleted for no reason and impossible to be restored, and you know, people not getting paid and people not getting notified of stuff they want to see. There's 1,000 issues. But for a platform that is run by human beings that ingests and manages 400 to 450 hours of new content every minute of every day, the fact that that's possible at all, the fact that you can find anything, click on anything, and then have it play, we can stream in high definition, is crazy. And I think that that needs to be taken into account, that even though there's 1,000 things that could be improved about the platform, the fact that it exists at all is incredible. And yeah.
Yes. Going off of that really quick, in case you are new to SHARESPARKTV and this show, the reason why Tom and I even connected in the first place is because we had this shared awe of digital media. And it really comes down to, you know, us kind of being born in 1985 and us having the same passion for digital media and technology. The fact that you can do all the things that you can do, connect, communicate, collaborate because of digital media, not just YouTube, but all these tools that we have now. That's one of the things that we always want to convey through this show is this awe and respect and understanding for these digital media tools. But, you know, we also understand that there are human beings building these digital media tools that are responsible for how they evolve and you know, how they develop new features and stuff like that. And so, you know, we tried to take a pulse from being creators ourselves, from our viewers that chime in the comments, and from the Twitterverse, and from, you know, all the Reddit things,
MySpace and Friendster and
all
stuff.
the things. Yeah, but I wanted to kind of just you know, reiterate for the people who are new to the show, you know, we always want to be able to share our awe and enthusiasm.
Yeah. Because we started by sharing our awe, and then we shared our awe.
Aww. Anyway, last thing I'll say is ShareSpark. The idea behind it is if you share your story, you can spark your potential. Share your story by creating digital media. Through digital media, you can spark your potential. Like, find a boyfriend.
Yeah, go find a boyfriend.
That's what happened to me.
Isn't that what it's all about?
That's totally not what it's all about. But see, that's the crazy thing, is because we weren't even, you know, that wasn't our goal. But that's what happened.
Yeah.
Potential. Anyway. So, you had a great thought there.
The state of YouTube. Yes, the platform. I just wanted to acknowledge, before I say anything, that the fact that it exists is crazy. And I really admire and appreciate all of the people and the humans that make that possible, even with its imperfections.
I'm sorry. I just got the sweetest comment.
Okay, let's do it.
William Hand. It's really awesome to be able to tune into one of your videos, Het. You've helped me through a really low point in my life and inspired me to think about becoming a creator myself. All the best.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. And William, first of all, thank you for the comment. But this is what I'm talking about. The fact that I can have an impact on somebody during one of their low points, you know, in their life, and now they're inspired to possibly become a content creator, is just something that I would have never had the opportunity to do that.
Of course.
Before.
Oh man, that's super cool.
That's so cool. So despite the complaints and despite my own struggles and freaking frustrations till kingdom come with this freaking platform, I will never take it for granted, the fact that I even have it in the first place.
No, I love it. And that is where I got a lot of frustration. I mean, I've had multiple things. It's like the journey, or whatever you want to call it. Which, by the way, I still look at you as like the guru who's at a different point than I am very much. But I wanted, and see, this goes to like William was saying, thinking about becoming a creator. And I spent so much time thinking about it. I spent so much time thinking about it that my original idea for the Enthusiasm Project was a blog, because was in 2010 or whatever, and that was what was more prevalent at the time. But in 2017, it was YouTube. And I spent so much time wanting to do it. And then I finally did it. I was so excited, and I jumped into it. And there were so many people who had so many issues and were so unhappy with so many things that it felt like I was arriving to this party as everyone was leaving.
You're so into this whole thing.
That's how it felt. I was just so like, oh my god, like we can do this. Like I could upload a video, I can make a video, you can make a video. It's crazy.
But I think that's a good thing though. That you just got all these people to leave.
No, but I don't mean necessarily that they were leaving, but they were just like done with it. And people were leaving. People were going to Twitch. People were going to other things. People were just giving up. And a lot of it had to do with like we're not getting the money we want, or the you know. It had to do with, as the platform matured, it then became their source of income and how they fed their families and put roofs over their heads and bought their fancy cars and you know, like it was their actual source of income. And when that got played with, or when it does get played with, people get very, very upset, understandably so. And that is very, very different than when you're just psyched to be uploading a video. And so that's where I think there's kind of an interesting thing between you and I, because our approach to YouTube, even though we have this shared awe, you know, it's your source of income. It's my favorite thing to do outside of my full-time job.
And that is the thing that I will forever be envious of when it comes to Tom and his channel. Because I would love for this thing to be just a pursuit of passion.
I have no idea how much she agonizes over trying to do good stuff for the people who watch this channel.
I can't
endless.
Anymore. I cannot think of it that way. I want to, but like it's so frustrating. So I really tried to, and this is going off of your point, you know, how you said you're late to the party and people are leaving now. I don't think that. I think a lot of that has to do with the platform evolving and, you know, the monetization changes and all of that. But I think a bigger part of it is creator fatigue. I think a lot of people jumped on at the same time because of Casey Neistat and that whole generation of people who paved this vlogging genre. I think that you'll see even the daily vloggers that started around the same time Casey did, they're all in the same, you know, vlog number count. And I think everyone had this like huge bump and rise because no one else was doing it. And then, you know, when you start to not see the same spike in numbers, everyone starts to go crazy and they're like, you know, then you just start to get creator fatigue.
It was PewDiePie today did a video about that. That was super cool. I haven't watched a lot of his stuff, but you were watching. I was listening to it. Man, it was cool.
Yeah, when it comes to PewDiePie as a gamer, you know, first and foremost, he's a person who streams himself playing games. I don't watch that, but just purely because he, you know, this is not like an awarded thing. He literally is just the king of YouTube in that he's probably created the most content. I don't know if he's created the most content, but he has the most subscribers. He's probably, you know, one of the longest users ever. He just is in a position on YouTube that no one else could ever be in. And so, you know, I get sad that he doesn't go to events like VidCon and he doesn't do TED Talks and stuff like that. So whenever he does do videos where he talks about what it's like being a creator in his position, that's the only reason why I'm subscribed to him, because I feel like he has a lot of I feel bad for the guy. I really wish he would go to more groups because I think he could have that support system to lean on.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was talking about that, like Tom said.
Yeah.
So
I'm holding back. I'm waiting. It's your channel. I'm holding back. I'm waiting to see where you want to.
Okay. So let me go into what I think the state of YouTube is.
People come here to this channel to see you, and I want them to hear your spin on things.
I think that more people are learning about the algorithm. More people are coming onto YouTube. That is just a fact. That's just straight statistics and facts reported by YouTube. It's just growing. More people are signing up and they're watching YouTube content. So in terms of Roberto Blake was very like, adamant about this at his VidCon talk this year, and I would love to echo it. Today is the best time. It's the best time to start a YouTube channel, purely because you have so many resources. You could be the gateway to someone who's never watched YouTube before. And I could say that for sure because that's what happened to me. A lot of people that watch me didn't watch YouTube before. And I was the thing that started getting them to watch YouTube. They watched my content and then they started finding other channels and so I definitely don't think it's too late to create. But
that's a good slogan. It's not too late to create.
But I also feel that because people are figuring out, and this is, I would honestly say this like across the board, how algorithms work, there's going to be I think just viewers are getting smarter. I think because you were limited by like how much content there was and who was creating content. But now since everyone can create content and people are keen to catch on to that, I think like before, if you were a viewer, you could watch a YouTuber, but it would never cross your mind to become a YouTuber. Now I think that's, I think more people watch a video and be like, I can do that, and they'll go do it. I think people needed the motivation before and people needed like, kind of the pat on the back. But now I think more people, just the more exposed we are to YouTube, it's just more palatable, relatable to try doing it yourself. And with that, I think that now we're going to have like a bajillion channels all in the same thing. And the way that people are going to really build sustainable long-term audiences is through their authentic voice. That's what it's going to come down to. You're going to see a bajillion channels on entrepreneurship. You're going to see a bajillion channels on female entrepreneurship, digital entrepreneurship, vlogging, how to start a YouTube channel, blah, 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 blah. But the reason why you're going to follow me is because of me. You're gonna watch my channel because of my style, my personality, my story, the way that I do my vlogs, the way that I upload my content, whatever, the way that I, the community that I've built here on this channel, that you want to be part of that. I think that's gonna be harder for creators, especially ones that are new to the platform, for them to cultivate and build. They're going to have to understand that it is not something that happens overnight. It's something that takes a very long time. Heck, I'm going to be honest. Would I do this over again? I don't know. It's so hard. It's so hard.
I would 1000% do it over again.
Well, it's because someone over here has a luxury of a freaking paycheck.
It's very different perspective.
I was supposed to go get a lottery ticket because it was at $500 million.
Oh, well, that'd solve a lot of problems.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's my 2 cents. What do you think of my 2 cents? And then I want you to jump into your thing.
I think you're right. I think everything you said makes total sense. And I think that now, like, there's sort of words, what was it? Nit. Nit was a word, which it's a unit of brightness for, like, displays and things. I had never heard this word until a year ago. Someone in, like, the iPhone 10 reviews talked about like, oh, it's got this many nits of brightness. And I was like, nits? What are you talking about? And I looked it up, and then literally after that, everybody was like, well, this has this many nits versus this. And I was like, you guys didn't even know about this until like a week ago, and now you're all acting like it's how you've judged everything forever. And the algorithm is kind of the same thing, where it's like, people kept saying like, well, the algorithm. And I was like, who cares if Al Gore's got rhythm? And then a bunch of people found out about it. Sorry, I had to stop and laugh at my own joke. And then it kind of became the thing where it's the solution to, if your channel does well, the algorithm favors you. If your channel's not doing well, the algorithm hurt you. And it is true, because literally, I keep bringing this up because I am bitter, even though I know it's not about views and subscribers. My channel was doing really, really well for a couple of months. And then suddenly the algorithm literally did change something, and it didn't go like this. It just went, burp. And like views got cut in half or more literally overnight from one day to the next. And it was obviously because something changed in the algorithm. And the algorithm is mostly made up of artificial intelligence. And so the YouTube team, you know, they tweak things, but it's self-learning. And so really, like, there's no one on the planet probably who actually understands every nuance of this algorithm. And so it kind of does become this thing that you can find yourself. It's almost like a god that you're like trying to please. The algorithm demands more content. The algorithm requires a sacrifice of my time. And everyone's trying to just figure out, my video's got to be this long, but I've got to do this. It's got to have this. It's got to do that to make the algorithm happy. And it's literally like, you know, superstitious natives trying to like please the sun. And it's hard, and that's been my big kick lately, is to take a step back and go like, yes, that is a thing, that's a very real part of the platform, but if I and others are lucky enough to have the luxury of participating in the platform and not have to make a living off of it, then you can kind of, I mean, anyone could really take this power, but someone in my position would have more freedom to take the power of, doesn't matter, I can make a video about whatever I want. If it gets one view, I mean, obviously I wouldn't really want that, but that's fine. And that's kind of where I've been coming back at it, is like, I don't want to work for the platform. I want the platform to work for me. And the way that the platform is going to work for me is by letting me use it to create the stuff I want to create, when I want to create it, how I want to create it. And that's that. And if that means a hit in views or subscribers, that's a bummer. But in terms of longevity, that's going to make me much happier and continue to enjoy it, so that I will keep doing it longer, as opposed to getting burnout and leaving the party, which is what I don't want. And so that has been a huge thing that I think is really important, and I spent a lot of time thinking about it, and it's really cool because it's helped me form opinions on things I didn't really have opinions on before, wasn't sure of before, and it's helping me like solidify almost like my creator identity, which is cool.
And I think when it comes down to it, that's why I think it's so important. That's why I really want to start like some kind of creator community, because I think it's so important for people to share their feelings about this and realize that they are not the only person feeling that way. Because I would hate for someone who has a story to share that could make a positive impact on somebody else to just stop because they got frustrated over an AI algorithm. Like, that's really sad. Because at the end of the day, going back to the awe of this platform, the fact that you can, you know, even like, what's your goal at the end of the day? You know, if you're not even looking at the numbers as actual people, like if 10 views is terrible to you, but you can't get in front of a room of 10 people, like, that's the same thing. It should have the same importance. But I think that gets lost when you're looking at just graphs and numbers.
Yeah. Each view is
a person.
It's a human being. And, and if you post a video and it gets 10 views, and one of those people is a person who really needed to hear or see what you said, and it's going to affect them in some way, even if it's something silly, even if you're not trying to be like serious or heartfelt, but you did something that clicked something for them or inspired them and set them on this whole different trajectory, that's huge. The impact that one person can have in their world, and then the butterfly effect that goes on from that one view. So it's really important to go back and, like, it does not matter how many subscribers, how many views you get, because you're sharing your whatever it is, and that is valuable because you're sharing it with other human beings that represent an entire lifetime of experience within themselves. Yeah,
and going off of that, like, you know, if you go into YouTube just having fun, right? Or say you're trying to do this for your personal brand, which is a huge part of the reason why I started, people are going to Google you, and, you know, treat your YouTube channel as a portfolio, as something that you can add to your LinkedIn profile.
Oh, it's a great way to control your own brand.
Exactly.
For sure.
And at the end of the day, if it could get your foot in the door for a new job, or, you know, being able to interview someone, or just being able to connect with someone for whatever your goal is. Like, it doesn't matter how many. At the end of then when it comes to that, it definitely doesn't matter, like, whether the algorithms is working or whatever.
What if one of those 10 people that watch your video was a person that could really open some doors for you? And that,
exactly.
I mean, that's so it's really hard to, and I didn't even want to tell people I had a YouTube channel until I had like a certain number of subscribers and things, because I just felt silly, like wasting my time. And I understand why I felt that way. I understand why other people feel that way. But I also understand looking back that it's silly to feel that way. And everybody, which is why I didn't get to go to VidCon, but why I would have loved to go to VidCon this year, is because what you've described it really doesn't matter. There could be someone that has 250,000 subscribers and someone who has 20, and it's still like, hey man, this is my channel, this is your channel, like it's
everyone
just
is
equal.
The same. Everyone is totally the same, no matter how many subscribers they have. Like, straight up. I mean, I went to so many talks. There was 2 hours on one day where I literally just bounced to every session that was going on. And there's no difference between the person behind the table and in front in the audience. There's just none. And it doesn't even matter what platform they're talking about. Whether you're on Twitch, you're on Periscope, you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook Live. It was like as if I popped in right when they were all talking about the same thing. And I don't know, maybe it was because it was like the 30-minute mark of that session. But everyone was just like, and it's gonna happen when you start to see a dip in your subscribers. But remember that each person is a person and each view is a person, and da da da. And I was like, it doesn't matter what platform or what the topic is of this like session. That's why I think creator fatigue is a legitimate thing. But you know, if you create because you want to, and because it's something that you have fun doing, then it's like, I tell Tom this all the time, it's like playing the drums. You know, like, you should never play the drums if you don't want to play the drums. Like, you play because you love doing it and because it makes you happy. And that's how it should be with YouTube. You know, the tricky part is with YouTube, it's a two-way communication medium, and you know, no one's judging you when you're playing the drums, you're playing for yourself. But
the neighbors can judge.
When you're on YouTube, when you can actually, like, you know, have analytics to compare and draw trends and stuff like that, it's just
well, that's what PewDiePie was talking about, where he's like, you look at your thing, and if you see it go down, that means you're failing, even if it means you've not even changed, you're doing the same thing, but your audience just like moved on to something else, or something else became popular, and like you might not be doing anything different, and it still doesn't mean you're doing a bad job, you're just doing different. I say this as I'm reminding myself of these things, because that's hugely important, which is why, like, I was really psyched to find the No Small Creator group, because that really, like, that was just that idea of, that was when Cody Wanner was interviewed on Peter McKinnon's channel, and I was getting a little Peter McKinnon fatigue, like, okay, you're blew up, you're huge now, and then suddenly he did this crazy profile, and I was like, that looks like the dude from the channel I've seen before, but it can't be. And then, yeah, Cody had a channel that was barely bigger than like mine, smaller than yours, half the size of yours.
2,000 subscribers or something.
And he was featured on this giant channel and then completely blew up. But he'd been doing something that was really good, and he was prepared to, you know, recognize it. And then the whole thing, though, between that was, it didn't matter that one of them had millions and one of them had thousands, and if someone else had tens. It's all the same goals, the same experience, same struggles, and that's really like humanizing for it. And that I love that idea that it doesn't matter if you're just starting your channel today and you have no videos or one video, or if you've been doing it for years and you have hundreds. There's still, like, it's an instant connection with somebody else, because you're experiencing the same thing. And I think I think it's good that people are starting to acknowledge that, because I didn't hear this conversation happening as much a year ago.
Yeah. Exactly.
And there was the thing where it's like, if you're on YouTube, you got to be like just pumped with energy.
Yeah.
And like, there's been a lot of people who really tend to have like crazy energy in the last few months, coming out going like, well, I'm actually struggling with a lot of this and a lot of that. And like, you do understand that is like one side of me, but there are other sides. And
yeah. So, you know, I guess what I want to say to the people that are watching, is that if you've never created before, I would encourage you to create, just to kind of, you know, if you're watching, you have a story to share, period. Like, you definitely have a story to share. You have a story that can make a positive impact on somebody. Even if you think your life is absolutely totally boring, everyone thinks their life is totally boring. It really just depends on how you create and how you decide to showcase whatever it is that you're passionate about. I mean, if you're passionate about it, then it can't be boring. But also, if you want to support your favorite creators, but you can't necessarily, like, you know, donate to their Patreon or donate to their super chat, definitely hit the thumbs up button. Definitely leave them comments and share their videos and share their channels with your networks on Facebook and Twitter and all of the other things. It really does, I can tell you, like, algorithmically, really does help, but also, I mean, we read every single comment.
I reply to every one.
Yeah, me too. I reply to every single one. So,
that's great. I love it.
Yeah, and I know Cody does, even though he's gotten like this huge like
he gained like 25,000 in 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're, you know, we are normal people, and as much as we want to say that, you know, comments are just comments, no, you know, we know that they come from people. So
when yeah, I mean, I think that's a very important thing to say.
Yeah. Well, you know. Is there anything else that you'd like to add, Tom?
What I would like to add is that I can firmly say, even with the ups and the downs and the stresses, my big thing was maybe about a month and a half ago, I hit a point where I was getting so stressed out.
Oh, he was going to quit. He was going to make that I'm quitting YouTube video.
I wasn't going to quit. I mean, I was going to quit in my own way, which was playing to the algorithm, which I did. And then I made a video about it. But what it was I had started this to be fun, and I didn't realize I was so stressed out, and I was like work feels fine, like home feels fine, like what am I stressed out about? And I didn't realize it was this that was stressing me out. And what it was stressing me out was just trying to keep up, even though it's still a small channel and whatever, like trying to hit that upload schedule, trying to like please the viewers, trying to do this, trying to please the algorithm, trying to make sure, oh my god, this and this, and I want to make a video about this, but I can't because people would expect this video and this, that. Oh, it sucked. And so that was huge for me, where suddenly this thing that was supposed to be fun was like not, and I didn't even realize how stressful it was becoming. So that's when I immediately was like, that has to change. Like,
I'll pump the brakes.
Like, I'm not, yeah, that's where I stopped. Like, I would love to upload a video a week, but it's going to be whenever I want. So I uploaded a video tonight. I don't know what day of the week it is. It's Tuesday? Tuesday was my original upload day. Hey. Originally it was like every Tuesday, 6 a.m. There's a new video for almost a year. And now it's just whenever I want. Hopefully it's at least once a week. If it's not, it's not. Since I've been doing that, it's actually been like 4 times a week. So the lack of pressure has actually made it like, cool, I want to make a video, because when you're having fun, what happens is you start to get an itch where it's been like, it's been a couple days, like I haven't made something, like I really want to make something. Mm-hmm. And when you feel like you have the freedom to play, and you go like, oh, I want to make this video that seems kind of dumb or kind of silly or different or whatever, and you're like, I want to make it for my channel so that people can see it if they want. I'm going to do it. I don't like that. It just reopened the freedom that you feel when you just start a channel and you have 0 subscribers and you can do whatever you want, because it's like nobody's gonna really see it at first, and you have this unlimited freedom, and it's nice to re-feel that, because that I can legitimately say that creatively, personally, in terms of personal fulfillment, starting a YouTube channel is one of the best things I've ever done, by far.
That's how we met.
Yeah, well, there you go. But and that I don't want something to diminish that feeling.
Beautiful.
Sentence.
Beautiful, beautiful. Al is asking, who the hell is this algorithm guy?
No, it's...
Al Gore's got rhythm?
Yeah, Al Gore's got rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anything else we want to wrap up with? If you're interested in starting a YouTube channel, I have an online course called Zero to YouTube Hero, which you can find at zerotoyoutubehero.com. And despite the frustrations that we have with the platform and being, you know, content creators and stuff, like Tom said, it's still one of the best decisions, you know, he's made.
Is it one of the best you've made?
I mean, it's my life. There's nothing. my frustration comes with the fact that I want to do this. You know, and I'm still... I want to do this for as long as possible, but I still am trying to figure out how to make this my full-time gig. And that's where the frustration comes in. I mean, do I want to make YouTube videos forever, for as long as I can? Yeah. Like, there's no hesitation there. It's just, you know, all the other things that take time that...
Which is very which
is the entrepreneurial struggle.
A bit of real talk.
But really quick, just to finish my thought, if you want to start your own YouTube channel and you don't know how, if you want someone to walk you through the process, I have zero YouTube here. I wrote this course. I'm super excited about it because, I mean, it's based off of my own experience and also teaching people how to start their own YouTube channels. It'll walk you through the entire thing. Zero to YouTube hero, you know, content strategy, search engine optimization, storytelling, thumbnails, community building, all of that.
The whole deal.
The whole
thing.
It
really works.
So,
it's great.
Yeah, here's your first student, graduate. So check it out, zero2youtubehero.com. But real talk, you wanted to go real talk before we end the show.
That's probably not good. I was just going to say my concern, and I understand it's because you're struggling to figure all these things out, but this is your channel where everyone's been following that.
Yeah.
What I do get concerned with,
here we go,
is that I don't see you having as much fun as lately. You kind of have, because you've been doing more like what you want to make, but I don't see you having as much fun as you used to, or even as you want to, and that makes me sad.
I was thinking about that in the car today. I
Just
had to do a lot of
it.
driving today. I know.
Because I remember even the day we met, you showed up with your JOBY, and you're like, I gotta get a time lapse. I gotta film us eating breakfast. I gotta do this. I gotta edit this video. And it was just like you.
And I came up with a bunch of cool ideas that I want to do, and I will do in the car. But here's the conclusion that I came up with is, even though we just had this whole entire talk about the algorithm, I'm going to reverse engineer my vlogs, my content topics.
You have a totally different...
Yeah, I have a strategy. I have to do it this way because I'm an entrepreneur. I mean, for me, it's a balance, right? Like, I will never make a video I don't want to make. And there are times, like, the entire Switzerland stuff, like, all of this is stuff that I just want to make. The freaking video I uploaded, yesterday, is not even at 50 views. I'm not going to feel bad. I spent a lot of time.
It's a good video. You should watch that video.
So much time. That's the video I spent the most time out of all the Switzerland vlogs. That's the one that took the longest.
So good.
I made it and had a lot of fun making it. I'm glad that I have it to be able to watch it and look back on it, because that's my favorite thing to do. But
it's doing it on both of them.
Oh.
Ruh-roh. Okay, it's back. Ish. What happened there?
Are we back?
Ish. We were good. Now something dipped. But Jim asked, are you going to play the drums at the end of the stream?
William says, vlogging is pretty wicked. I always like the car vlogs that people do. They're so cool.
I don't know why
we can't do car vlogs because it's so hot here.
I don't know why it got all stuttery, you guys.
Oh, we're not live anymore. Are we live? Oh, here.
Oh, there we go.
We're good. Okay, sorry.
That was weird.
We're live.
Weird. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Yeah, car vlogs. But that's the cool thing about vlogging, though, is like, it can be anything. Like, I mean, it really is just documenting your perspective on something or everything.
Al says to make a travel channel.
Like Jermaine.
Yeah, Jermaine's like having so much fun, which is cool. RV Jim, is Heather going to play the drums at the end of the stream? I suck.
She's really good. She can pick up beats like a farmer. Like as soon as you, she can harvest those beats. As soon as you explain, like you sit there and think about it for a few minutes, and then you get it. It's great stuff that would take me, days.
Rhythm.
You do natural rhythm. It transfers right over.
Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna end it because I think we're good. We had a great discussion. What do you think?
I like it.
How do we feel about this state of YouTube?
I am excited for creators to start taking control of the platform again rather than the algorithm taking control of them. And I feel like a lot of people are hitting that point where
you know what? Honestly, we talked about this the other day. I think creators have obviously a vested interest, I guess, in doing things like this, in like trying to take back the platform and make it work for us versus the other way around. But also you as the viewer, like if you have something to say, like please be open about your feedback. I don't know if you'll go out of your way to actually make a video about it, but like tell YouTube, go on Twitter, let them know, like give them your feedback, because you know, I think the viewer, I think you guys don't understand that a lot of your consumer behavior is what drives all of these features. So you know, they're only going off of the data that you give them, which is your watch time, your watch sessions, you know, the things that you leave a thumbs up on and stuff like that. But I'm sure they would really value feedback, so let them have it.
Let them have it. There you go.
Okay. I think we're done here. Al says, screw algorithm. He don't know nothing.
Mm-mm.
Awesome.
Ignorant.
Well, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it.
So the algorithm recommends this?
Yeah. Let us know what you think in the comments. If you are watching the replay, go check out Tom's channel at The Enthusiasm Project.
You can find us with these things down here.
Yeah, and let us know what you think about ShareSpark TV. This is specifically the show where we're going to be talking about digital literacy and digital media. So this is not Heather's Happy Hour. I might bring that show back. I don't know. We'll see. But this is what we're talking about on this show. So if you have any questions about digital media, let us know, and we'll talk about it next week. Boo! All right. This is ShareSpark TV. ShareSpark.
Share your story.
Spark your potential.